All right, all right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. We're going to take a look at some breaking news. We're going to take a look at the Iraq map, and it's not the Nineveh Command Center map. It's a different map, and I'm going to shout the person's name out that provided the map. And we're also going to look at the Syria map as well and show you where Raqqa is at, where we're fighting against ISIS and Daesh as well. And we're going to get to look at Iraqi Day's Twitter and see what's been going on, and also Hadir's Twitter as well, and see what's been going on. And also, there's a couple of articles in between. So Aurea brought this, so shout out to Aurea. Breaking news: Russian warship heading for U.S. Navy destroyers that launched the Syrian attack. Now, I don't know how Russia knows which destroyer launched those attacks with the missiles, unless they gave that information out. Maybe they already did give that information out, and I just overlooked it. I'm pretty sure they have given the information out on what ship did what, what destroyer or what aircraft carrier or whatever ship in the military in the U.S. Navy was the ones that deployed those Tomahawks, and those 59 Tomahawk. And I told you guys before, not all 59 of them hit that air base, that airfield in Syria. Only like 23 of them, I think it was. The rest of them went other places, and we have no clue where they went. So that's kind of disturbing right there, because if you're supposed to be targeting on the airfield, where are the world of the other rockets? Okay, and so we're gonna have to keep an eye on this. Russian warships heading for U.S. Navy destroyers that launched the Syrian attacks. Now Russia did pull out of the Syrian treaty with America, because of the bombings. And Vladimir Putin made it clear that Assad has no reason to chemically attack his own people. You know what I mean? Especially when he's coming into the next 2 months of liberation of his own country from ISIS and Daesh and all these terrorist rebels. So he has no reason to do anything like that. And of course, if you go back, and I did post an article from back in 2013, which said in America will do chemical bombs in Syria, and they will blame it on Assad. So we have articles dating back in 2013. I'm pretty sure you guys can find some in 2012, 13, 14, 15 that tells you what's going to happen in the future, because that's what a lot of articles do. They put it in movies, they put it in articles. So I brought you guys that article that clearly told you that in the future, America is going to do a chemical attack in Syria, and they're going to blame it on Assad, because they're trying to get rid of this guy. They've been trying to get rid of Assad for a long time, and Russia knows that. So Russia has backed Assad, which is the right thing to do, because Assad's not doing all this harm. It's the New World Order. The New World Order is doing this. The elites are doing it because Syria doesn't have a central bank, and they want Syria to have a central bank. And also, somebody made it clear, I think it was Darius, he says, we're doing it for oil. We want their oil, and we want something else. I think he said money and oil or something like that. I don't know if Syria even has that much oil. I don't think Syria is really a heavy oil producing country. I think they do other things than oil. I don't think Syria has oil like that. If they do, just correct me down below. But the last time I checked, Syria doesn't have that much oil. But maybe they want to start digging and drilling, or maybe they just want to. What America? Well, this is what I told you guys a long time ago. I told you guys that. Well, I didn't tell you guys. Well, I did tell you, but it came from somebody else. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but it did come from somebody else. So I'm not going to say I gave the credit. I'm not going to give myself credit for it, because it came from somebody else. And you don't do that. So this person told me that what's going to happen is Russia, China, and America are going to fight over Syria. Okay, this was like 3 years ago. So, and I'm pretty sure I made a video on here on this channel about that, about the coming in the future. We're going to see America, Russia, and China fight over Syria. And it's because America wants to build a base in Syria, so that's why they're doing what they're doing in Syria. They want to build a base, and they want to build a huge base in Syria. And I think Russia and China also want to build bases in Syria and control the area. Okay, so they're all going to fight over Syria. Now, I don't know why they want to fight over Syria. I think maybe because it's the location where Syria's at, and it gives them access to Israel and other places. I don't know. Okay, but this was told to me years ago, and I did mention this before, that on this channel, that they were going to fight, that they were going to basically, Syria and Damascus was going to be destroyed. Now that's in the Bible as well, and in Revelations, I believe, they said that Damascus will be destroyed. So, and then I also said that America, China, and Russia, and this is coming from somebody else, not from me. I wasn't the originator of this, but this was true because we're seeing it now. China, Russia, and America are going to fight over Syria. So it looks like Assad might stay because of China and Russia intervention, or he might leave and say, you know what, I think it's time for me to roll out. This is getting too dangerous. Okay, and I think Vladimir Putin might give him some type of deal to get out. Okay, so that's what looks like might happen. Vladimir Putin might give him a deal and say, hey, it's about to get really rough in here. You might want to leave now. You might want to get out, get your teams out of there, and just go chill, go live somewhere else, you know what I mean, and go do something else. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on it. But thanks to Aurea for giving us the article. I'm not going to read the article. You guys, it's just the same thing about the Russian, in the Mediterranean Sea. They're there, so they're headed towards the U.S. destroyer. So we'll see what happens over the next 12 hours on what's going on. I'm pretty sure both ships are communicating back and forth with translations, with ambassadors, and making sure nothing fatal happens or no type of conflict happens, because it's too early for World War III, and it's not supposed to be World War III. We did a targeted strike in Syria, and that's all it was. It wasn't a war on Syria. It was a targeted strike on Syria, but it's bringing out, Russia anger. And of course, China will be backing Russia up, of course. And but there's nothing. I don't think Donald Trump's going any further with this. If he does, I think that's going to be a big mistake. But it is what it is, right? I mean, I can't control what these people do. If Donald Trump wants to go and continue to do what he's doing, knowing that Russia is right there and China's going to be backing them up, it is what it is. We can't control it. I don't know what to say about it. We will be in big trouble. That's what I'm going to say. We would be many people would die, basically, if Donald Trump continues with Syria and Russia and China tell him stop, and he doesn't stop. The world will be in big trouble. Let's put it that way. Let's see here. Let's go and basically God himself would have to intervene. That's it, because it's not time for World War III. That's coming in the future. So God would have to come off his throne and intervene in this and break this up, and that's exactly what would happen. Because nothing happens unless it's his timing, and we all know that. So let's keep it moving. And Michael did post this on his page, and he tagged me. You guys tagged me a lot on my personal page. I really don't like being tagged, but this was an interesting one. Michael tagged me on this one, and he had or he added my name on the post, whatever you want to call it. And it was from April 6, 1917, where we entered World War One, with our allies at that time. And so interesting date, because that was April 6, 1917, and yesterday was April 6, 2017, 100 years later, and here we are doing another military exercise as well. So interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if tonight they announced they captured Baghdadi. It wouldn't even shock me. It would not even shock me. And then you know what? It would probably come back to something that happened in the past. It wouldn't even shock me. Okay, so shout out to this guy right here. His name is Thomas Van, I don't know, Ling or something like that. Thomas Van Ling on Twitter. He provided the map for today on the Syria map and the Mosul map because Nineveh Command Center, I think, is not going to show the map again today. They didn't show it yesterday, and they haven't been showing it on Fridays. So we'll wait for the Nineveh Command Center map either tonight or tomorrow and see how it looks. But he gave us the map for the day, so shout out to him. Hit the follow button. I followed him, and so he's got 37,000 followers already, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, he's a 20-year-old man. He's provided the map. So let's check out the map. And here is the situation in Iraq by Thomas Van. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm gonna just scroll down slowly so you guys can see all the areas of Iraq, and then and there go Tel Ahar. So everybody, we're all wondering where Tel Ahar is. There it is right here. Okay, so you got Mosul over here, and Tel Ahar is right in the west of it, northwest is right here. So, and then you got Hawaja, Al-Baj right here. So we got some areas that still need to get done. And then Al-Qim, okay, and Rawa, okay, so we got Rawa right over here, okay, so they're coming up. It looks like they're coming up here and liberating it. So Rawa and Al-Qim. Now we know Al-Qim is probably the greatest, either Tel Ahar or Mosul, old Mosul city, and Al-Qim are basically the hardest strongholds left, but it looks like we're about to finish all of this very soon. Now if you come over here, you have another one down here. I'm not sure if it's this area or which is Rutba, so I'm not sure. And this goes Baghdad, and these are just waters or lakes or something like that. So let's come down here and check it out and see what the colors mean. So the black is Islamic State, the gray and darkest gray is insurgents controlled countrysides, and then the rest of the colors. So anything in colors is the good guys. PKK, YPG, Peshmerga, Kurdish control, government control, local Sunni tribes, Hasht, and which is the PMUs, and the Iraqi government. Okay, so let's come back up here and then we'll see. As you guys can see, let's go to this. Let's go look at it like this. All right, so we got some areas here, here, and here. This is all on the west side of Iraq. The west side of Iraq still needs to get done, and as you can see here, here, and then some of the stuff are in the east. Now what is this again? Hawaji. Okay, so Hawaji is actually south of Mosul. So southeast of Mosul near Kirkuk. Oh, so that's why they're doing that's why it's disputed area, see? So they have this still, Kirkuk is disputed area because they still have this area called Hawaji, which is not liberated, and they haven't told us that this wasn't liberated. Wait a minute. Kirkuk's supposed to be liberated. Now, a lot of Kirkuk's liberated, but this is a big chunk of Kirkuk that's not liberated. Okay, and then we haven't been told this, so this is something new. And actually, we have been told it because I did see an article either today, early this morning, or yesterday about Hawaji and how they were liberating Hawaji. Okay, so I did see that. My bad on that. So I did see that. I'm not sure if I mentioned that to you guys or not. Okay, so they're taking care of this area right here, which is this disputed area, and then we come up here to Mosul, which is all in Iraqi government territories, and then there's a small area right up here, which is I'm not sure if this is Mosul city or what that needs to still get done, and then this is all and it looks like there's a little bit of gray right up in here as well. right next to that circle, this looks like there's a little bit of gray as well. So this might be Old Mosul City that needs to be done, and then of course there's a little bit of gray up there, and then you got Tel Har to the west. Okay, and then even west you have Al Baj. And that's it. This is pretty awesome. And you got the Mosul Dam up here, and yeah, coming down to the bridges, and so it looks like Old Mosul City. This might be Old Mosul City right up here, and then up here, Telehard. Okay, cool. Let's go to the Syria map. So this is Syria. Let me actually come. There you go. So this is Syria, and you see all the beautiful colors on the outside, and this all the different rebels and loyalists and Federation forces in this area, and then this is all Islamic State, and guess what this is? This is Raqqa, excuse me, Raqqa. Okay, so this is the big one. Is Raqqa the capital of Syria, or is it Aleppo? I don't know. Anyways, so Raqqa is the big one that we're trying to get back, and so there it is. It's right. It looks like it's right. It's not in the center, but it's almost in the center. I think this will probably be the center. So it's right up here, and this is where a lot of conflicts going on, a lot of fighting that's being done. And there goes Homs. I just heard about Homs just a couple of minutes ago before I came on. I heard about Homs. So I'm not sure if Homs is an area where they were they got their weapons and stuff to fight Daesh. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Okay. It looks like no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna change my mind. Okay, so thanks to Thomas for giving us the map. So follow him on Twitter. Let me show you his Twitter again. There it is. Follow him. He talks about everything, as you guys can see down here. He talks about a bunch of different things, so it's pretty cool. All right, so let's move on. Army operations begin editing the rest of the villages in Mosul, which was awesome news to wake up to in the morning. Okay, so when I saw this news, I realized that they began the final phases of Mosul, and they're going to go through the rest of the areas that need to be liberated. So they launched the last operations to finish the remaining villages in the right connector. Okay. So let's see how long it takes to complete the rest of Western Mosul. Hopefully by next Friday, they tell us that Western Mosul is completed, man. Now down here it says villages, and some of you guys are gonna be like, wait a minute, they're finishing the last villages. They're not finishing the last areas like Al Quam and things like that. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I guess we'll find out by next Friday, because I did say that I expect full liberation on the real-time map by April 15th. So April 15th is next Saturday, right? So yeah. So next Saturday, April 15th, I'm going to keep that date. I'm going to keep that date of April 15th. If something changes, then of course I'll change it up on Friday and say, look, April 15th is tomorrow, and we're not going to reach that date. Actually, I might push it. I might do a map update, liberation date update, like Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll probably do another one once we get the Nineveh Command Center map back. If we ever get it back, we might never get that map back. They might just hide that map from us. Army recaptures Anbar village near Mosul. 30 killed 30 militants. Okay. And there it is right there. They point out the spot and close to Ramadi. And this is in Anbar. There goes Mosul and Erbil. So they're still fighting. They're still fighting in all these other areas, man. It's crazy. And let's go here. And let's go down to Iraqi Day, and let's see what it says. Iraq Army Aviation has been hitting ISIS nonstop for past 48 hours in West Mosul, averaging 2 pilots that were killed avenging 2 pilots that were killed yesterday. Just a reminder that the Ba'athist Party, April 7, 1947, Ba'ath Party was formed. Oh wow! I just talked about this. I just said that maybe tonight they might give us Baghdadi. You never know. We'll see. Wow, this is beautiful. I'm gonna make this a thumbnail. Is this a thumbnail or should I do a map? This looks like an awesome thumbnail picture, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use the Mosul map instead. And then if we have breaking news on our Currency 365, I'll use this as a thumbnail. How about that? Okay. Catch me outside. How about that? And this is the Elite Tactical Units new gear for Iraq. That's awesome. That's awesome gear. Okay, wow, the dog was one of the casualties in the Sweden attack. National Security Services seized 1,400 tons of wheat that was stolen. Iraq Army Aviation has announced an increase in missions over West Mosul. ISIS locations are getting destroyed to avenge the 2 pilots that were killed. Okay. ISIS executes 140 civilians in West Mosul because they tried to flee. Wow. And this didn't get any coverage on television. That's crazy. And this is back in Sweden when a truck drove through the crowd of people. Crazy. Okay, so let me go to let me see if any more liberations here, and some more right here down here. Okay, so let's go to Hadir and let's wrap this up. Iraqi armed forces have forgotten the major role Turkey played in aiding Daesh. Turkish forces must be treated as enemy combatants. Current Iraqi economic outlook and future prospects. Iraq has potential to earn $5 trillion USD in oil revenues in the coming 22 years. Wow, that's a lot. Russian to respond to U.S. strikes by beefing up Syrian air defense. Okay, the Saudis, Israelis, and Turks won't be laughing for too long. Wow, it's crazy. And let me see if I can find one more. It says it was a long night. Whoever is running the Reuters World account needs a nap. Update: Syrian government must be removed from office. Syrian foreign minister. Oh, brother. Yeah, that's a big mistake there. Okay, I think we covered enough. It's 23 minutes in. Somebody sent me a notification. Let me see what this is. Okay, that's just Caldera. Okay, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now 23 minutes, and we had some breaking news here. Thanks to Orier for that, and then we had the maps. Thanks for Thomas for that, and we have the other news. So that's it. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Eyes open. Bye.